Okay, here's my next deck of cards. This time it's for 2.6, which is acids, bases and salts. Okay, just to remind you, this is my one-page science. This is my YouTube channel. This is GCSE, chemistry, AQA, and the C2 and C2b, okay, for those of you doing your exams this year. Okay, let's go. First one then. What are the state symbols for solids, liquids, gases, and a solution in water? Okay, so if it's a solid, it's S, okay, and you write it like this, so magnesium oxide, and then subscript, you put an S in brackets. If it's a liquid, it's L, for example, water, H2O, then in brackets, subscript and L. If it's a gas, it's G, so subscript G. If it's a solution, you write AQ, which stands for aqueous, so for example, you have copper sulfate solution, so copper sulfate AQ. Okay, what are the three methods for making salts? Okay, so there's essentially three methods. You can have an insoluble base. Okay, so if that's the case, you do the reaction with an excess, you would filter it and you will evaporate it. Okay, if you've got a soluble base or an alkali, you would do a titration and then an evaporation. If you've got an insoluble base, you would do a precipitation reaction followed by a filtration. Okay, there's a lot more detail needed for these three methods. I've got a video for each one of these if you look through the playlist for this section. Okay. What are some of the uses of precipitation reactions? Okay, so they can be used for removing unwanted ions from solutions. Some common examples of that are for drinking water or for treating sewage. Next one, define the term base. So a base is a substance that can neutralize an acid. Next one, define the term alkali. Okay, an alkali is a water-soluble base, so it's a subsection of the bases. Okay, for GCSE, most of the time this will be a hydroxide, so something like sodium hydroxide. Okay, so now we're going to do some general word equations. Okay, so if you have an acid and you react it with a metal, what do you make? Okay, you make a salt plus hydrogen. If you have an acid and you react it with a metal oxide, what do you make? You make a salt plus water. If you have an acid and you react it with a metal hydroxide, what do you make? You make a salt plus water. Okay. If you have an acid and you react it with a metal carbonate, what do you make? Okay, you make a salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. Okay. If you have an acid and you react it with ammonia, what do you make? You make just a salt this time, but there's a specific type of salt called an ammonium salt. An example of that is this one here, so ammonium nitrate. Okay, so now we're looking at naming salts. Okay, so what is the name of a salt formed when sodium reacts with A, hydrochloric acid, B, nitric acid, C, sulfuric acid? Okay, so they're all going to be called sodium because the metal's the same. So if it's hydrochloric acid, it becomes sodium chloride. If it's nitric acid, sodium nitrate. Sulfuric acid, sodium sulfate. Okay. If you put ammonia into water, so you make a solution of ammonia, does it become acidic or alkaline? The answer, alkaline. Okay. What are some of the uses of ammonium salts? Okay. Fertilizers, that's the main one. Okay. They're also used for making bombs, but that's not very politically correct. Probably not going to come from your exam. Which ion causes a solution to be acidic? Okay. So it's the H plus ion in solution, or a hydrogen ion. You'll sometimes see this referred to as a proton. Which ions cause a solution to be alkaline? Okay, is the hydroxide ion, okay, OH minus. Next one then, what's the pH of an acid? Okay, anything from 0 to 6, it can actually be negative, but we're not worried about that for GCSE. What's the pH of an alkali? Anything from 8 to 14. Okay, so essentially 7 is neutral, below 7 acidic, above 7 alkaline. Okay, if you add universal indicator, what colour does it go if you've got an acid or an alkali? Okay, so in acid it's going to be red or orange depending on the pH. If it's alkali it's going to be purple or blue or dark green. Okay, next one is write an ionic equation for a neutralization reaction. Okay, so a reaction between an acid and an alkali, the underlying reaction is the same every time, and it's this reaction here. Okay, so a H plus ion, okay, reacts with a hydroxide ion to make one molecule of water. Okay, so this is why it's called a neutralization, because you've lost the H plus. Okay, there's no more H plus over here. Okay, that's it. Acids, bases and salts done. Okay, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. Good luck with your exams, guys.